Howdy, folks. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV, the Black Dragon Biker News Network, biker news you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. For those of you who are just now tuning in or catching us for the first time, we do motorcycle club and biker club related content every single solitary day. So if you're not getting our updates, there's a couple things you can do. One is you can just come back and look, because we're going to be here most of the time, a couple times a day. We normally publish our shows sometime around 10:20 or so each morning. The other thing you can do is you can send your email or your phone number to me at this address right here, blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com, because I will start sending out text messages when we go live and stuff like that. So you can be on my secretly guarded text message or email list, which by secretly guarded, it ain't going nowhere but me. So those are a couple things you can do. And you can also, unlike and then re-like and hit all of the buttons to follow and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And hopefully that'll start getting people, a lot of people complaining, I miss you. I don't get you on time. I understand. YouTube just has this way of deciding who the hell they want to let you see out of the people you have decided you want to see. I'm striving to change the format, keep everything interesting, moving forward and flowing. So our format's going to change a little bit. There'll be a biker news story, and then for the people that want to just come on and get whatever the news is for the day and move on. And then there are other people that like the show, which can be an hour long or even 2 hours. So for those folks, so how we'll do it is we'll do the news blip in the beginning, and then we'll do the commentary afterwards. And that way the folks that want the news will be able to get the news story and move on. And so that's how we'll do it. Where do gnats come from on the inside of the building? Like they're not even supposed to be here. Anyway, moving on to the first story. First of all, good morning, everyone. Glad to see you here. Someone did win our book last night, so that was cool. Moving on to the first news story. We covered this a while back, and it was horrible then. And it was horrible because several people lost their lives. Both sides had experienced a horrible loss of life. And I talked to people on both sides of the story. And as the story goes, let me share the screen with you here. Investigation continues in the fatal Fayetteville gun battle between rival biker gangs. That's the name of the story. We like to say motorcycle clubs here, but we report the stories, so we report them as they're written. And you guys remember this in Fayetteville. Some things I learned about Fayetteville, like they used to call it Vietnam back in the old days, and it used to be a place. It's a military base basically there, and they've had their share of issues throughout the years. But there was a gun battle there between four clubs basically, as it's reported, and this was published at 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and they're talking about the fact that the investigation is continuing. So I think it's going to continue forever because these sides ain't going to be talking. But it was just a sad loss of life on every side. And I'll get into the commentary in a second, but let's read the story. When I was reading this story, one thing I did notice is that these I don't know if it's done on purpose or if it's done to piss people off or if it's just done because the police are putting out a counter narrative or a story that's not quite right on purpose. But a lot of times there's so much backstory and so much stuff that's just not right in these news reports. It just ain't right. And some of the stuff sometimes I know and I'll say, oh, that ain't right. And some of the stuff, I'm reading, I don't know that's not exactly how it happens. So I always want to put out the care. A lot of times when they write these stories, they're putting their best effort forward or putting an effort forward. And if they make mistakes, seldom do they come back later and say, oh, this is what we had wrong. These headlines and stuff are written to sell advertisement and papers or commercial time or whatever. And very seldom do we have them. A lot of times they just don't know the exact correct information. But they're close enough for government work, like we used to say when I was in the military. Anyway, the investigation continues, they say. This was a shooting at the Baymont Ramada in Fayetteville, and on that Saturday. It resulted in the deaths of 3 people and the injury of 3 others. So let's get into it. The investigation continues into the deaths of 3 people killed in a gun battle among rival, let us say, motorcycle clubs in March, a police official said Wednesday. William Franklin Davis Sr., 42 years old, of Fayetteville, Keith Allen Dickey, 37 years, of Lumberbridge, and Donald Dillenbeck, 49, of Vestal, New York, all died as a result of the gunfire. And, to me, it's so tragic because I'm so much older than every one of those people. And I just think of all the life I've seen that they're not going to get to see. And that's just very sad. They all died as a result of gunfire that erupted shortly before 9 p.m. March 19th outside the Baymont Ramada on Owen Drive, officials said. No one has been charged with the killings. That case is still under investigation, Officer Alexandria Hoover, spokesperson for the Fayetteville Police Department, said on Wednesday. Officials said the shooting involved members of the Hells Angels, Red Devils, La Familia, and Infamous Riders motorcycle clubs. A search warrant in the case described the loyalties among the 4 groups. The Red Devils are a support club to the Hells Angels, the search warrant said. La Familia and Infamous Riders are support clubs for the Pagans, a rival of the Hells Angels. So you have to take something like this with a grain of salt. This doesn't necessarily have to be 100% true or even true at all. This is I think maybe if you were to ask each of these clubs something like that, they might have something different to say about that. But this is what the search warrant said. So just put that out there. Um, the According to the warrant, and these are a couple stories about this, but I think it's all going to be covered in here. According to the warrant, witnesses and surveillance video revealed that members of the La Familia and infamous Riders Motorcycle Club were hanging out in the parking lot of a hotel on the night of the shooting when members of the Hells Angels and Red Devils arrived in a convoy of vehicles and motorcycles. A witness told police that an occupant of a gray pickup truck started shooting, and the witness returned fire, striking the truck several times, according to the warrant. It is not clear from the record whose side the gray pickup truck was on. The witness stated that a male fell out of the truck and that the witness believed the male had been struck by gunfire. The truck then drove away from the parking lot, the warrant said. Investigators recovered 83 shell casings. That's a lot of shell casings. And a variety of blunt objects like axe handles and baseball bats from the crime scene, the search warrant said. It is common knowledge that Hells Angels members carry blunt objects and use them as weapons, the warrant said. More than a week after the shooting, police announced they were looking for a gray Ford Raptor pickup truck and that 3 people had been arrested in a fistfight among the 4 biker groups at a nearby gas station 3 hours before the shooting. The gas station's backlot feeds into the hotel's parking lot. Jonathan Robards, 39 of Fayetteville, Dalton Emmanuel LaPierre, 26 of Clayton, and Kerry Holmes Lawing, 49 of Fayetteville, were all arrested on March 31st on charges of assault with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injury, and felony conspiracy in the earlier fight, according to the news release. On April 8th, Robards' gray 2019 Ford Raptor was seized by investigators after they tracked it to a home on Beaver Lane in Rayford. According to search warrants, the truck was riddled with bullet holes, and investigators found blood, bullet fragments, and shattered glass inside. A photograph attached to the warrant shows the Ford's rear window covered in blue tarp. The warrant states a Ford investigator. The warrant states a Ford investigator told police the GPS function on the truck had been turned off 2 days after the shooting, but not before it last pinged at the Beaver Lane address. So that tells you guys that, boy, I had no damn idea that they could ping the last place your car was. What kind of BS is that? Holy moly. We all need to get that taken care of. So somebody knew to turn it off, but not before it last pinged at that address, and that's where they went and found it. Investigators also spoke to AT&T, which provides Wi-Fi to the truck. Lord Jesus. And according to the warrant, an AT&T technician said the truck had been in the area of the hotel at the time of the shooting, and the last transmission on March 21st also showed it at the home on Beaver Lane. The Baymont Ramada, 3 dead following the shooting outside the hotel. Okay, so this is, okay, I get it, what they were doing up here. Okay, yeah. So they're just continuing it down here. The search warrants also indicate that police believe that prior to the shooting and before the members of the Hells Angels and Red Devils arrived in the hotel parking lot, a member of Red Devils Motorcycle Club was seen on surveillance in the area, perhaps acting as a scout. Possibly, they say. That man later went to a hospital in Pinehurst with a gunshot wound, which officers believed he obtained in the shooting at the hotel. His truck and cell phone were seized by police from his Fayetteville home on March 31st, the warrant said. In addition to searching vehicles and digital devices, I keep telling y'all about those phones, investigators searched the Hells Angels Shed Avenue Clubhouse and 2 neighboring properties on March 24th. What, if anything, was seized during the search was not immediately available. So, uh, all of that, that was said, still, no one has been arrested, and no one has been, um, obviously, some people have lost their cellular devices and their trucks for a while, but nobody's been charged as of yet. Well, I talked to people on both sides of this, and one side I even talked to the national president, national sergeant in arms. The other side wasn't really allowed to talk to me, but people communicated with me. Of course, that's information that I couldn't release, but I can tell you that this is painful for both sides. This is painful, and the only thing that you can hope is that it doesn't blossom into bigger things. There are several people that ain't coming home no more, and in that line of motorcycle clubbing, they are all very well aware that what they're in for. They all knew what they signed up for when they got into that. So that that is, I don't, what can I say? The people that I heard from on each side, they were all hurt, and each side is absolutely positive that the other side was up to absolute no good, and that helps to continue to make things difficult. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully there's some peace or something found there, which is about as much as I can, or any of us can hope for. So that is that story, and they say it's still under investigation. But I don't ever see how something like that, if nobody speaks, I don't see anything like that would ever be solved. So we move on to the portion of, so that's the news portion. That's our news story for today, and we're like we say, we hope for the best in that area, that they can move forward. So now we move on to the second portion of the show. So if you're watching for the news, you just got the news story. And what time is it? 19 minutes into the show. That part is done. I will say that a lot of folks that called me, they wanted me to know the story. They couldn't express themselves, because if they did, then people would know who it was that talked. So I feel bad. I feel bad for all the sides. I hate it when motorcycling comes to this. But all folks are big boys, and they all know what they're in for. So they move on, and hopefully these things get fewer and further between. That would be cool. All right, so we move now to talk about a little motorcycle club stuff. And here in this section of the show, you guys are absolutely welcome to ask me some questions about this, that, or the other. And of course, we read the comments and we do that sort of thing. And Squirrely said, I've come to the conclusion, if your club is going to battle it out with another, take it out to the country or the woods. That would require clear heads, right? To set something like that up. And you probably not be inebriated. And probably by the time you got that all set up, folks would really see how silly that was, and it probably wouldn't happen. So you got to understand that a lot of drinking and testosterone and people not thinking clearly makes this kind of stuff happen. Because how could you figure that it would be a great idea to lose a 42-year-old person? To me, a 42-year-old is a kid. So, I shoot, man, there's so much more to accomplish past your 42nd year. So that kind of hurts. Love your shows, longtime viewer, very informative. Thank you for what you do. Aeolus MC, Cincinnati, Ohio. I hope I said the name right. Mike Ball says the baby he has is doing fantastic. She sleeps the most part. Wait till she gets to be 2, bro. That's called the terrible twos. She'll have one for your ass, I promise. Most of the time, let's see. Most of the time, to turn it off, the battery has to be removed. Any equipment you have is pinging all the time. If the battery is connected, you're screwed. So there you go. Mark Harris knows about these things. Any equipment you have is pinging all the time, he says. If the battery is connected, you're screwed. Yeah, you're absolutely. I guess you're screwed because you got to have that battery to get to the last place where the ping was. So I guess if you know you got to escape to a place, you escape to as close to it as you can, and then you disconnect the battery and tow it the rest of the way. Because you're wondering, like, how could they find it in a friend's backyard or whatever? And now we know that they can track it there. My F Ford 250 will show the location of the truck on the Ford app 24/7. What the hell is the Ford app? They got an app? This must have been before my 2003 Ford Expedition, because it ain't got no app. I hope. I guess I just don't know, huh? So, I think it's a good time to talk about these phones. And it's something interesting that they've done to the phones in that, you guys remember 24 with, was it Kiefer Sutherland, something like that? Who was the star of 24? Anyway, if you remember 24, it was an American drama series, they say. And yeah, Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, he played Jack Bauer. I must have watched this show for years. And one thing he used to always do is he would open his phone up and take the battery out every time before he went into action. Because he knew about, that show taught me about these phones. That show, after watching that show for all them years, like I was a phone connoisseur, like, man, you got to pull the battery out of your phone, bro. Just, they're tracking everything. Like, everything. Like if you're on here hunting down, oh gee, I want a lady of the night. I want to go to AtlantaEscorts.com. So somebody is tracking that, and it's crazy that they are. So I saw a video. Hold on, let's see. I saw a video last night. Hold on, Why is this doing this to me? Hold on. How do you cut this damn thing off?
So,
boy, okay, I know what to do. Boom, cut it off right there. So I wanted to show you guys a page I went to last night, but it like they always do, it took over my computer. But this page showed the 7 things that you need to do to your phone when you get it to cut down on the tracking that they can do to you. And let me see if I can go to my watch history. Here we are. So I'm going to show you guys this. I'll let you.
We love the internet.
I'll let you. Let me take this over to this screen here. I want you guys to go watch this. This is like one of the most interesting things I saw yesterday when I was doing my research for this, that, and the other. And this is 8 Android settings you need to turn off now in 2022. And it was actually quite interesting. Let's go here. These two guys are talking about the 8 Android settings that you need to go turn off now. And so they show you how, come on, turn on. They show you how, where to go on your phone. And
the apps you from, do you want to?
Man, I don't know why they do that. And they show you where, like, okay, so here was like one, and they look at this. They tell you what to turn off on Chrome. They tell you what to turn off in your call logs. Man, this was crazy. They're telling you where to go to turn off certain trackers. It's like this was deep. Like I didn't know they were tracking all this stuff. Stop sending diagnostic information. You know how they say, well, hey, would you like to send diagnostic information? And you're thinking, yeah, well, I want to help you diagnose what's going on. They said, no, you have no duty to the developers over there. They have, plenty of resources to develop. You don't need to be sending developers information. Plus, they never say what diagnostic information is. 5, don't let Google save your location data. Like Google will track every place you've ever been. Here, 6, turn off usage data. Is that crazy? 7, opt out of ads personalization. Here's that one that's interesting, ads personalization, because you know how you're over here looking at bricks and they're showing you ads for dog food because you went and tried to see some dog food the day before. Like they said, turn that off. Let them if they're going to show you ads, don't let them be following what you are. Plus, if I already looked up bowling pins and I found the bowling ball I wanted, why are you still showing me bowling ball ads? So, but they said to turn that off. These things are tracking everything from the X-rated sites you're going to look at your favorite Instagram model, OnlyFans or whatever. They're watching it all. So they're showing you where to go to turn this stuff off. I don't know where you're going to turn it off on an iPhone. 9, turn off background usage data. Man, isn't that crazy? So these guys are called Pay It Forward, Payette forward. They've got 1.3 million subscribers. Holy Jesus. That's a lot of subscribers. So they must have some good information, these two, huh? Their keywords are, I've got this program that shows keywords and stuff. So you guys will probably not see this unless you want to pay for that stupid program. But anyway, Android settings you need to turn off now. Android settings to turn off. Android settings to change. Android, Samsung, Google, install unknown apps. Oh, This install unknown apps was one of the first ones that they had way back here. And what the install unknown apps does is it allows apps on your phone to install the apps, their own apps. So if you install, let's say, a photography app, it decides that it needs another app to do its job better. It installs that without your permission. It just, okay. It's like you inviting someone to your party. These guys said it's like you inviting someone to a party, and then they invite their friends, and then their friends invite their friends. Like that's crazy. So you can turn off this, and anytime a program wants to install an app, it has to ask you. But just imagine if the government is tracking you and they decide, we just did a story just a few days ago about the FBI working with the Australian government. And they had somehow put this secret app on people's phones that was a communication app. This communication app, like, they were able to see the IMs and text messages between all of these outlaw bikies and bikers in the United States, Australia, and many other places in the world. And they arrested hundreds and hundreds of people because they some kind of way got this app on people's phones secretly. This could have been how they did it. Right here. This could have been it. This install unknown apps thing here that they could have made it such that you're using some app and it installs this app unknown to you. Of course, it had to be unknown, or you wouldn't have put that on your phone. So turning that off makes the phone ask your permission for anything it's going to want to see. It's got app permissions and permission manager, and everyone should go to your permission manager on your phone. And there are two reasons. One is these things are battery hogs. That's one. And the other is that these things are they're running in your background all the time. So you can go on your permissions and say, Facebook, no, you don't get to know my whereabouts 24/7. Why are you tracking that? You can only know my whereabouts when I have the app turned on, and stuff like that. And so everyone should go and monkey with that. You should go check it out. And background data usage, Google location history, where they talked about not letting Google. Listen, Google, when I need you to give me direction somewhere, I'll use that. But there's no need for you to know where I'm going every single solitary second of the day. So anyway, this is Pay It Forward, Payette for my listening audience, Payette forward. And I will have this up there for you guys to go see and check these guys out with their 1.3 million subscribers. I'm so jealous. I'm jealous of I don't want 1.3 million. I mean, I just want 100,000. I want my 100,000 plaque. That's all. That's not asking. Is that asking too much? I mean, I just want my 100,000 plaque. And it's very funny because I only ever wanted to get to 1,000 subscribers because 1,000 subscribers was monetization. I only wanted to be monetized. I didn't even know if I would make any money. I just wanted to have the word monetized next to my stuff. I wanted to be a YouTube partner. I just wanted to. Then all I wanted was 3,000 subscribers. And that was because, and it took me 1 year, one whole year to get 3,000 subscribers. And I just wanted to say, well, I got 3,000 subscribers. Then I wanted just 10,000. I just wanted the round number of 10,000 subscribers. That's all I wanted. I just wanted 10,000. And I got to 10,000 subscribers. And I thought I would be happy forever. Now all I want is 100,000. I'll stop wanting. I'm telling you, I know I said I'd stop wanting at 1,000. I actually said I'd stop wanting at 100. Then I said I'd stop wanting at 1,000. Then I said I'd stop wanting at 3,000. And then I said, okay, all I want is 10,000. If I get to 100,000, I'm going to stop wanting right there. I just want 100,000. That's it. That's it. It doesn't have to be 200,000 or 1.3 million. Just want 100,000. That's it. I want my plaque. I want my YouTube plaque. And I'd feel happy. I just want one of those things. I don't have to have what do they give you? They give you a gold one. I don't have to have the platinum one. But anyway, somebody says you can also jam microphones, overload with white noise. Someone's got a wire. You can make sure they never get you on tape. Do people still wear wires, Justin? Now I think you could just put the whole video in some, like they got like nano video. Why do they need a wire anymore? They can just put the video on your sunglasses. But I don't know. There are sites that tell you when and why you went to the doctor last. So nothing is private in this digital world unless you go off grid. But then you can't watch Black Dragon. They're even, this is what Frost says, they're even monitoring how many minutes. I have my statistics that actually tell me how many minutes that are watched on my platform. They don't tell me which one of you is watching the most minutes, but they will tell you that. Who won the book yesterday? Someone asked me. I saved that to the last of the show. You can just be jumping in right now asking who won the book. Amazon sells signal jammers that actually work, by the way. Frost, what are you into, brother, that you be needing all this? Actually, that's a bad question. We all need it. We should all have it. You never know when the government's going to come in and raid your mail server. Oh, wait a minute. That never happened to Hillary. But they did come get Donald's documents. They don't do it the same, you know. I don't know why. I'm not going to get into that and start that all up, but I was just noticing that no one ever raided over there. Well, you know, I used to care for top secret documents. I'm a top secret document expert. I had one of the highest security clearances you could have when I was in the submarine Navy. All this stuff they're showing on TV, I had all that. And still, there's like the way it's compartmentalized. You can have a top secret SCI about nuclear weapons, but the UFO program you'll never see because you got to have the clearance and the need to know. So you have the clearance to see in your tunnel, in your lane. This clearance doesn't let you see all lanes, but they have security clearances so hardcore that there are folks that get to see all the lanes. Like, I don't know, maybe the president, I don't know. Auntie Squirrely says, Black Dragon, stop worrying about it. Growth is what we're here for. You do a good job, so grow. I still want my plaque. Vernon says 64.8 thousand subs. Just keep grinding and 100 will come in due time. Yeah, I suppose it's going. Hey, what ticks me off about, and I'm not mad, I'm not ticked off, but what gets me is that I already have 60,000 subscribers in TikTok. Like, bang, it's just growing by thousands of people a day. It's much harder to make that happen on YouTube for some reason. In Gary, Indiana, they use wires and body cams. Lord Jesus. Goose, are you on the road yet, Goose? On your way to Wichita? Is that what's going on? Have you left yet? Or are you not? Yeah, today you're supposed to be going there. I have the camera the size of a ballpoint pen, with 180 HD with sound, and you'd never see it. Yeah, that's what they got out there now. I don't know who needs wires anymore. They know everything. A friend and I sat here talking about people from high school. Then they were on our friend suggestion list. That's scary. I'm using old terminology. If it has a mic, it will overload the mic. Now, video, you're pretty much screwed. At least don't let them hang you with your own words. Amen. The best thing to do is not say the wrong thing at the wrong time. The best thing to do is keep your mouth shut. That's the hardest thing to do. They're basically doing everything they can so that they cannot have Donald Trump become president. I think that there's really, truly nothing they could do to stop that. And even if they seated 12 jurors on any kind of a trial against Donald Trump, I think they would. I don't think that you're going to be able to find one of his boys is going to make the jury. It would be like, how could you choose a jury that wouldn't have at least one person that wouldn't vote his way? And so I don't. But for that reason, I don't think that they could ever find him guilty of anything, because you're not going to be able to get 12 people that would vote. So that's not going to stop that's not going to stop him. I think he's going to be on the ballot, and there's not going to be a damn thing anybody can do about it. Don't you? Do you really think that? Because he turned that one thing around. That he's got FBI agents. I don't want to say he's got. I want to say FBI agents right now are afraid to go to damn work. When have you ever seen that in America? I just saw it on the news station last night where FBI agents are carrying extra firepower to go do their job. That FBI agents are actually circling their building 3 or 4 times before pulling into the parking lot and walking upstairs to go into the buildings. They're terrified they're going to get shot out in the damn parking lot. They're terrified about serving warrants, and they understand that America, a large part of America that was once okay with their tactics, ain't okay with their tactics no more. Because we black folks been talking about the FBI and their bullshit for many, many decades. Oh, it was all protect the blue and we stand for the blue. I'm listening to bikers talk about the thin blue line and all this all kind of stuff. I'm like, bikers in motorcycle clubs? When it was black dudes getting their necks stomped on and choked out to their dead, it was okay. But now that the apparatus is being turned on other folks, you're seeing folks like, hey, defund the FBI, disband. Hey, we said defund the police. We never said disband them. These cats are talking about disbanding the entire FBI. But we knew the FBI was up. We'd seen the FBI up to their BS long ago when they were killing and murdering up Black Panthers in the 60s. We saw them at their worst. We saw them when they were monitoring and spying on the great Dr. Martin Luther King. We've seen them doing all kind of crazy stuff. Bikers have known what the alphabets have been up to as well. I often say, if you want to know what it's like to drive while black, DWB, drive while biker in a cut. Some of you guys get to know because they'll pull you over in that cut and treat you real bad too. Bikers have known about the alphabets. We can go way back, but we don't have to go way back. We can go just to Waco, where, if you're a cop and there's getting ready to be some trouble, why not just go to the restaurant, the Twin Peaks restaurant, and show up with 25 cop cars and sit in the parking lot? And that way no trouble happens. But instead you surround the damn thing with snipers on the roof. And all of a sudden it just popped off. Yeah, that's suspicious. And then not one trial is held, and all of those people are that you put in jail on $1 million bail after they've lost their jobs, their homes, their cars, their reputations. All charges are dropped and they all go home. Only one person ever went to court over a trial, and he was found not guilty. Wow. Wow. So we've known about the screwed up alphabets when they surrounded those cats down in that religious sect they didn't like. Who was it? Now, it was the second time. I mean, Waco, we've seen Waco before. What was that? David Koresh and the fellas down there accused him of selling guns. And instead of waiting for the guy to show up in town, you attack his compound, gets surrounded and attacked. And in the end, burned down to the ground. And the story was, well, yeah, they committed suicide. They just sat in that building and burned up. And I think fire is so hot, you wouldn't just, your mind doesn't have the ability to just sit there and burn. You're going to jump out of that building at some point. It's your survival kicks over. Your body is like, man, I don't care what you say, brain. We're not fixing to burn up in here. You better get your depressed ass up and get on up on out of here. We saw people jump out of the Twin Towers. You're going to die. But instead of burning to death, they jumped out. So I don't really particularly buy that them folks just decided to burn up in the flames. They just stayed there and burned up. But, we've known about the crazy alphabets up there in Ruby Ridge. I brought that up the other day. Speaking of which, well, we're not going to go there yet. But I brought that Ruby Ridge up for a reason. What did they do in Ruby Ridge? Well, they killed a man's dogs. They killed his 15-year-old son. And they shot his wife in the head holding a baby in her arms. Boy, what a threat she was. A couple years later, a district attorney up there put the officer who killed that man on trial. Killed that woman on trial. And they came in and a higher court, quashed it, saying that you can't put a police officer on trial for doing his job. This was before we were able to see some officers charged. This was many years before they came back and charged Derek Chauvin and put his ass in jail for standing on the neck of that man and choking him to death. Maybe if we had more digital surveillance and stuff like that, or maybe if we had the internet back then, that officer that shot that woman in the head holding her baby would have been held accountable. I wonder if he could be held accountable now. You know, murder lasts forever. We found out that they were given a green light to execute those people. We found that from the shooters, that they had been given a green light, although the people up at the top who could have given that green light all denied it. We've known that they've been bad for a long time. Like when the G-Men, you remember the G-Men, Melvin Purvis and those guys? Like, how did they get Bonnie and Clyde? They surrounded them. Do you remember the movie? When I was a kid, even I was like, wait a minute, that's not fair. I was like 8 or 9 when the movie Bonnie and Clyde came out, the first one. And maybe it hit the theaters, but I just remember seeing it on TV. And I remember as a kid, I was awestruck when they showed in slow motion the father who turned him in ran and hid under something, if I remember right, or jumped in the car and drove away, something crazy. And yet Bonnie and Clyde standing out by the car that he had faked like it was broken or whatever. And they're just standing there, just chilling, and out of the woods, and they started showing them in slow motion. You remember that? And they killed him. Let me see. Bonnie and Clyde death scene. Yeah. Man, I'm not the first person to look this up. Yeah. Oh, this is the new one. Oh my God. Here's the, oh man, can we show this? This is this right here, I guess, is actually the real footage right here. Yeah, go look up rare Bonnie and Clyde film footage. You can see, geez, I've never seen that before. You can see I guess they're gonna show you them dead in the car. Wow. Do you guys remember this? This used to be, is this still like right when you were going to go to Nevada? There was this big hotel outside Nevada where you could see the car, the Bonnie and Clyde car that they died in. This, I remember seeing this. I don't know what they're doing with all that, but the actual car, yeah, here's the car itself. There's the Bonnie and Clyde car, the one that was actually shot up. I remember actually going here to this place to see it. Across the street from this place is what they said was the tallest roller coaster in the world. I think it was the Baltimore Hotel or something like that. That's across the street. And that hotel will scare that roller coaster will scare the bejesus out of you. It can't be the tallest in the world anymore because it was like 25 years ago or more when I was there. Look at that. You see them bullet holes, my bros and sisters? Right there. That's your FBI at work. These people never got a chance from the movie. I mean, if you can believe the movie, they never got a chance. They just So they've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time. You remember Machine Gun Kelly? They caught him out at a movie, and just dropped him. No chance. No, he didn't even get a chance to give up. If the movie is to be believed, Blue Line equals paid assassins. Air dropped a bomb on a suspected Black Panther. Well, the airdrop bomb that I know about was actually, they weren't the Black Panthers. They were a different organization of the same time. And was that Baltimore where they actually dropped that bomb and took out 5 blocks? They took out let's see, bomb dropped on Black separatist group. Let's say that. Was this Move and the bombing in Philadelphia? There you go. Is that when it was? It was the Move headquarters. Yeah, Philadelphia. If I remember right, was this the roots of the 1985 incident? Yeah, it happened in the 80s, which is not that long ago, right? The confrontation between the Move organization and the police left Officer James Ramp dead. Anyway, a dead cop, that turned everything on. If I remember right, this was like the first time that they dropped a bomb. They dropped a bomb on 6 adults and 5 children inside the Move home. Just like in the David Koresh thing, they killed all those kids. Just like on Ruby Ridge, they killed that 15-year-old boy and shot his mom with a baby in her arms, in the head. Executed her. So, these my folks are calling the names, the Branch Davidians. I mean, you could just go down a list with the ugly things these folks have done. And so, oh wow, I did a video yesterday called "Welcome to the Party." You want to disband the FBI? You're a bit late, but welcome to the party. Somebody says, go to any reservation and you see this happen to the Native Americans, even before the FBI. Man, I don't want to talk about the res. Talking about the res, which, I grew up in Oklahoma. Many, many, many experiences with the res. It's just sad, man. Those are like death camps. So, I don't know. I mean, don't paint me as the big. I've never been like an anti-cop guy, but we have known about the terrible things these folks have done. Janet Reno, I take full responsibility, but you didn't take no responsibility. You didn't take the responsibility. Shadow says Alphabet's bombed the Black Panther HQ. I know of the Move HQ that was bombed. I don't know of any others, but I do know that they absolutely did some what do you want to call it, assassinations of many Black Panthers. So I don't know, my man. Let's see. If you are speeding over the limit, may it be 10 or 20 over the speed limit. Gary, Maryville, Hammond, above, all Lake County detains the individuals and sometimes 3 to 4 more officers. And the one officer doesn't approach you until the 2 or 3 others show up. and they pull guns out and then approach the automobile and ask for proof of ID and insurance. Yeah, it's just, well, a lot of them are scared. They want to go home. George Floyd, thank you for that name. It had escaped me. You cannot put an officer. Hello, Gary. You cannot put an officer and try, even if he kills someone. Give you a perfect example. There's a guy who supposedly served in the military, but it's questionable because he doesn't really talk to you. When he questioned him about nothing, what his MLS is, he refuses to answer. So that's questionable. But yeah, he's serving, a Gary officer. He shot a few people. They've died. And yet the man from full-time, the part-time, and yet he still is in law enforcement, and they refuse to fire him behind bars. That is what Gary, Indiana has come to. So yeah, you can see that a lot of people have not been happy with some of the outcomes. Some of the outcomes have been just really nasty. Derek Warrington said the First Nations people have been getting shot, beat, harassed, and all things evil done, and it happened so much that if the news covered it, it would be all you ever hear. So Frost says, why do you think they don't want us having fully automatic weapons or anything equal to what they carry? The fully automatic weapons went out with the mobs of the 20s and 30s rolling around. The police were like, oh, hell no. So it's interesting that all of a sudden some folks want to dismantle the FBI. Well, we've been telling you about these cats for a long time. During alcohol prohibition, the FBI poisoned bootleg booze to kill selected people to scare the general population. Really? First time I ever heard that, Justin. Bro, they poisoned them to death and murdered them. That is horrible if such a thing is true. The car is in a museum close to me. The amount of bullet holes is insane. Are you out there in Vegas where I think it's like 80 miles before Vegas or something, that museum, right? We could look it up. Bonnie and Clyde Car Museum. Clyde Car Museum. Is that place? In Prim, Nevada. Where the hell is Prim, Nevada? I think it's like 80 miles from Las Vegas. On the 15, I believe. And yeah, there it is. Man, come on, man. Y'all stop it. Stop acting like I don't know. Stop acting like I don't know. Okay. Here it is here. Yep, I've been there. Right here, bro. This is it. And do you see that wild ass roller coaster over there? That, bro. That roller coaster right there. You don't want no part of it, bro. You don't want no part. And the place where Bonnie and Clyde's car is over here at Whiskey Pete's. It's in here, in this place. And over here across the street, and I guess it's been, 30 years since I've been here. Yeah, so I don't even know if it still looks like this. This is what I remember it looking like. And this used to be like the tallest roller coaster in the world or something they used to say. I guess this was the top peak of it. And all I know is it scared me. Not that I'm like, unscarable or something, but I had my fill. I just needed one time around, and that, I was done after that. You can have that damn thing. I ain't never going back up there again. But I forget the name of this hotel. But this is the one I stayed in, the big red hotel with the bricks and all this. This was a beautiful hotel. I had a beautiful woman back then at that time, and I was a PIMP by blood, not relation. And this was it. This is the place. This is where the Bonnie and Clyde car is in Primm, Nevada. Before you get to Las Vegas, it's before you get to Las Vegas. Did I say that? Yeah. And I had it on the map here. Yeah, here it is on the map. Boom. Show us the map. See, there it is. Oh, this is called the Las Vegas Freeway. I didn't know that the 15 was called the Las Vegas Freeway. So there it is. That's Primm, Nevada, right there. And then Las Vegas is this way. Yeah, wow. There's Skydive Las Vegas. And I don't know. Maybe we're at Vegas. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe this is Vegas up here. Yeah, aha! There it is. That's Vegas right there. So there's Primm, a good piece from Las Vegas right there. There's Primm right there. And then there's Las Vegas right there. So it's like, I remember it's like right after you cross the line. And this might be the line here. Yeah, look at me, man. Come on, y'all. Stop. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it. Stop it. So my 30-year-old memory is together. So right after you cross the California-Nevada line, boom, there's Primm. And that's where the Bonnie and Clyde car is. At least 30 years ago, it was there. I guess it's still there. So there you go. And people be trying to act like some kind of way the Black Dragon doesn't remember where things are. Look what Jack says. Yes, Black Dragon, you're right. It's the road was called the roller coaster was called the Boston Motel. I thought it was called the Boston Motel. Come on, man. Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it. I've been around the world 4 times. Stop it. I'm hurt that you guys would think that I wouldn't know some of these things, because you guys are always smarter than I am. I know some stuff. I got to get to cutting hair. Y'all take it easy. Yeah, take care, Straight Jacket. The car used to be on tour back in the 60s. I saw it in Philly as a kid back in the day. Wow. Somebody said just keep shooting till you hit something. Accuracy by volume, somebody said. That was Dillinger, Black Dragon, that they got at the theater. Was it? That hurts. The organization was Move in Philly. Trevor Jake tells us. I thought it was Move. Unfortunately, I recently lost my job due to taking a law officer to court, and I was stalked by the officer. I was in training to be a firefighter. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Jack. They can be special. These guys with power. Look at the ranchers in Eastern Oregon. That's pretty recent. Gunned a man down in the middle of a rural highway. Yeah, I remember that one. So I think you guys kind of get the gist here. Jack Moon says, being part of the Cherokee Nation, I could tell you that even on the reservation is extremely sad and depressing, but we're still trying. We still try to stay uplifting and positive even during our hard times and extreme battles. I haven't been to a good res yet. Now, the gaming casino places are looking pretty nice, but I would like to see more of that money make it to, more people. Jack Moon is trying to get off the grid altogether. For your information, Black Dragon, this is why I recently started a GoFundMe as a mercy GoFundMe to get a Class B or C used RV for cheap and become a nomad. He's trying to break straight off the grid, man. It's very easy to get a copy of anyone's DD-214. Yes, it is. Just about, I guess you can get anyone's. Somebody points out the Students for a Democratic Society. Only a few survived the federal assault. You guys remember the assault by the at Kent State? Remember that one? So, yeah, we could go on and on and on with this. It's just good to see other folks. It's good to see other folks now. Not, folks are starting to wake up. Some folks that you never would have expected to say, we need to disband. You never expected them to say that. You're hearing that now. I'm not trying to disband anybody. Bottom line is the rules should be followed. And when you shoot a woman with a baby in her arms, you're part of the problem. Right? Anyway, that's my hour. I'm out of here, bros, sisters. Appreciate you all. Hit the like and subscribe button and share. Black Dragon Biker TV can be found on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch. Let's see. Order my book, Prospects Bible, Sergeant at Arms Bible, President's Bible, Public Relations Officer's Bible, Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs are all available on Amazon, Kindle, and at blackdragonsgear.com for your autographed copies, most especially. And you can get my audiobook on Audible. And if you buy it from the link in the description below, I will probably make a couple extra dollars on it. So we absolutely appreciate that. Go to our Discord and become part of our Discord family. We'd love to see you over there. The link to the Discord channel is in the description box below. Join our daily podcast, The Dragon's Lair, LAIR, Motorcycle Chaos, wherever you get your podcasts. We would enjoy seeing you there. If you want to get in touch with me, you can send me an email at blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. There's 2 B's in Sabbath. blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. If you need to talk to me, hit me up on my application. I have a consulting app called clarity.fm/black-dragon. clarity.fm/black-dragon. And we can set up a time to talk, and I can talk to you about whatever you need to talk about. All conversations are confidential. All right, that's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. We will see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. I'm Black Dragon. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. Oh, wow. Did I...
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospects Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set.
All right. So I'm glad you guys called me. Hold on, don't go anywhere. I be forgetting. I'm sorry. I be forgetting. Let's see who won the book. Jeez, my gosh. I'm just like, I'm so like hurt right now. Okay, so Christopher Preston. Christopher Preston said, Ruby Ridge, she was shot in the head through the door while holding her infant daughter. Thank you, Christopher Preston. Also, Rob Benjamin also won the book. Rob got it right as well. He said she was holding a baby and it was Ruby Ridge. Look at you guys, man. So 2 folks got it right yesterday. And sent, you got to follow the full instructions. You got to get it right and send me the email here at Black Dragon at blackdragonsgear.com. No, Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. Man, let me get myself together here. Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. So we had 2 winners yesterday, Christopher Preston and Rob Benjamin. And you guys will be getting your free copy of the audiobook, Prospects Bible. Let me come back over to my channel here and make sure. You need to make yourself a checklist. Yes, I do, because I just got a phone call saying, hey, man. All right, so for tomorrow's giveaway, we still got like 91 people on. So, okay. So tomorrow's giveaway. Of the audiobook. Let me think. I need a good one. You guys did good with that Ruby Ridge. You guys were on that. I was wondering if I had Patriots on here or not, or if I just, had a bunch. I got some Patriots on this sucker. Can you do your stream longer? Because this is awesome. I love talking and hearing from you. Most people get to the point. You talk too long. Yeah, Frost, don't get off the phone yet. I still got to talk to you when I hang up. Stay on the phone, Frost. Let's see. I need a good question for tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Aha. What was the nickname of the soldiers of the 10th Cavalry? And I think the 24th Cavalry too. Let me check this out. Hold on a minute. Make sure I know what cavalries they were. Okay. What was the nickname of the soldiers of the 9th, 10th, 24th, and 25th, the 9th and 10th Cavalry, and 24th and 25th U.S. Infantry? They all shared the same nickname. So that's the question for tomorrow. And don't be putting it on here either. Yeah, y'all be doing that. What was the nickname of the soldiers of the 9th and 10th Cavalries and the 24th and 25th U.S. Infantry? Yeah, I know that off the top of my head. At least the 10th Cavalry anyway. I knew that. All right, so that's tomorrow's question. I'll put it up on my YouTube page and my Facebook page and my Instagram page so that you guys will have it. Yeah, look at Noel 2LV. 374. I was going to say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Jack Moon. I know. You guys. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. And get skinny, man. It was a great day being on with you guys this morning. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.